Join me as I make a sweet blueberry corn cake with fresh milled Dent corn and fresh milled flour. Welcome to White Shadow Fare. Make it homemade and make it with love. Dent corn is the star of this show. It's a little bit like cornbread, but a little bit like cake. Start by milling your Dent corn. You'll need about 1 cup. Of course, you can always use cornmeal purchased from the store. Fresh milled cornmeal is something special. If you haven't tried it before, you should really give it a try. It adds an extra sweetness that you don't find in regular cornbread. Save any of that leftover cornmeal and use it somewhere else. We put it at the bottom of our pizzas so they don't stick to the pizza peel, and also at the bottom of the sourdough pan. You only need to mill a small amount of soft white wheat. You're going to need 1 cup when all is said and done. Remember to use soft white wheat and not hard white wheat. Hard white wheat is for yeasted breads. We're going to sweeten it up with a little bit of cane sugar, 2/3 of a cup. Cane sugar is less processed than white sugar, but if white sugar is all you have at home, that is fine as well. Go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of salt. I use Redmond's real salt because it's not processed at all, but use whatever salt you have on hand. To this, we need to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then you're going to whisk the dry ingredients together until they are well blended. Once well mixed, put your dry ingredients off to the side and grab another bowl. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. This comes together extremely quickly. You don't even need a mixer. It's one of the things I really like about this recipe. In a smaller bowl, put 1/3 of a cup of a neutral flavored oil. I used avocado oil. Add 1 egg. And your final wet ingredient is 1 cup of buttermilk or regular milk. Now the recipe does call for buttermilk, but I've made it with just regular milk when that's all I had on hand, and it still comes out great. Blend well, making sure that the egg is completely broken up. I don't think I ever had anything that had cornmeal in it until I was grown up. We certainly didn't eat cornbread at home. I like my cornbread a little on the sweet side. Most people would just consider this cake. And when that is done, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix that in as well. Such simple ingredients, comes together quickly. Your oven should be preheated to 400 degrees, and then go ahead and pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients and blend that with either a spoon or a whisk. You don't want to overmix the batter, you just need enough to get everything wet. I really wish I had a great recipe for cornbread that had honey included, so if you have one, please let me know and drop it in the comments down below. I would so appreciate that. So as you can see, we have the ingredients mixed together. And the only thing we have left to add is our delicious fresh blueberries. Now, if you are using frozen blueberries instead of fresh ones, you're going to put them into the mix completely frozen. Do not thaw them first. I just purchased a pint of blueberries at the store, and I'm going to use 1.5 cups. So rinse them, pick through them, get rid of any leaves that might be in there, and they're good to go. Now, while they're still damp from being rinsed off, add 1 tablespoon of some fresh milled flour and toss it around. This is supposed to keep the blueberries from all sinking to the bottom. If you're using frozen blueberries, make sure that you also add the tablespoon of flour. Grab yourself a square pan. Mine's 9x9, but you could use an 8x8 pan as well, and get that well greased. And then you're going to pour your batter with the blueberries that have been mixed in right into the pan. This is the moment that I realized that I skipped a very important step. I was supposed to put the blueberries into the batter and mix it in, and I forgot to do that. Some days my brain is just not working correctly, and this just happens to be one of them. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it work. Hopefully, if you ever have a mistake like this, you realize it all can be saved. We can make this work. I could have tried to get the batter out, but I thought a better way of doing this is just put my blueberries on the top and kind of push them down into the batter. So that's what I went ahead and did. Right at this moment, I'm really dreading the fact that there is flour on these blueberries. That is going to be an issue for me later on, but that's okay. Trust me, it still worked out. It didn't work out quite as good as it would have had I mixed them in, but I'm human and I make lots of mistakes. Go ahead and bake your cake in the oven that has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. Now once it comes out of the oven, you are going to put it on a cooling rack to cool. And I'm a little bit sad here because I can see some of the flecks of flour. Hopefully when you make this, it will not have that problem. I couldn't taste the flour. That is the one good thing, but it did make me a little bit sad. But it's not how it looks, it's about how it tastes. And this is unbelievably delicious. I was in the mood for cornbread. I was in the mood for cake. Great combination. I'm just still not sure. Is this a dessert or is this a breakfast? I think I can make a case for both. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that this is a dessert or a breakfast item? I really hope that you will give this recipe a try. I know you will love it as much as I do. Thank you for joining me at White Shadow Fare.